G'day, welcome back to another episode of Togl. Well, that sun's pretty bright, shining down there, but it's a beautiful day. It was a very frosty morning this morning, incredibly frosty. It was -5, 0 degrees inside the house, so much so that the pipes froze and couldn't even get any water initially, so yeah, she was cold. Anyway, a while back I fixed up one of these levers because it had come undone. Now, a couple of people said at that time what I should have done was put some Loctite on the little nuts that keep coming undone, and yeah, I should have. I'd already put it back together, but it's come undone again, and this time I've got the Loctite, so I'll do it properly this time. I'll get the Loctite on, but that was some time ago, so I thought I'd just show you what I need to do and what's been happening with these levers. But before we do that, let me just quickly show you some of that frost from this morning, just a few hours ago. Then we'll get on to this. Well, she's a very frosty one this morning, -5, and everything is just frozen white. But it's going to be a beautiful day today. It was actually 0 degrees inside the house. I had to get that fire cranking real fast. Let the roosters out. Mind you, they probably don't want to come out. So it's well after midday and there's still frost on the ground in the shadow right there near the house, so it's still pretty nippy. First thing we've got to do is I need to get this cover off. Okay, so now with the screws off, I can take that off, pop that over there. Alright, so these are the levers that are the issue. You see how that's flopping around, and that's because one of these has come undone. See, this should be screwed down into that hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 3 of them out, clean it up, put some Loctite on them, get them all screwed back in and get this put together. And then while I'm at it, I might as well do this side as well, just to be sure so I don't have to do it again. So as you can see, it's quite fiddly. once you take this out, it's important that you put it down and know exactly which way it goes back in again. So we'll just sit that up there. Now I can take these out. And to take them out, I'm going to have to take this whole plate off. So that's where the Allen keys come into it. Now that we've got that pulled out, I've just put the other one in. If I better show you, I'll get this one in as well. The third one's actually welded in place. So let's give this a bit of a clean. Same as in there. Alright. Get some Loctite. I just want to get a couple of drops on there, really just one. There we go, that'll be plenty. It spreads well. Then we screw that back in. And the reason these keep coming undone is because they're actually designed that they can turn. The nut underneath can turn as well, so what happens is the nut below, the bolt goes in, the nut below will vibrate around and come off because the whole thing is designed to be able to turn. So that's why a bit of Loctite will fix all that up. So that's all the way in now because it's quite tight, but yeah, I can still move it as need be, which means I can orientate it ready to put the lever back on. Okay, pull that one around that way. So now I've just got to get these three back on. Takes a little bit of orientating, but we soon get there. Two in and third one in. There we are, all three are in. Now I just need to tighten it back up again. Well, not tighten it back up again, but get the bolts back on. The nuts, get the nuts back on. That's what I've got to do. Now these nuts never come off. They are a Nylex locking nut, so they don't come off. So I don't need to worry about Loctite on them. Here we are. We'll get that on. Like I said, it's a fiddly job. Get back in there. Alright. Turn that inside out just to make life a bit easier for me. There we go. Get that up there out the way. Right, so that nut's on, the other two nuts on, then we'll get them all tightened up. And there we are, all put back together. So now you can see this one moves up or down, and then because this front one was fixed, this one goes up or down. This one's just the pivot point. So now all I've got to do is fold this back down, and I'll get on with the second one. And so now finally, with both sides put back together, I can get the cover back on and we can get back to work. So it's well after midday, and probably 80% of the surface of the dam is still frozen over. She's been cold. It's not thick ice, you can't walk out on it, but it's ice. Now, one of our viewers asked me to give a bit more information about the ducks that you saw on last week's episode. Yeah, I hadn't mentioned anything about the ducks. So Cody and Grace took on some ducks, 13 in actual fact, 13 Indian runner ducks from a fella down the road that wasn't able to look after them anymore. So we've got them down here and they are loving the dam. So they always hang out over the back in underneath all of those tree ferns. So I'll see if we can get any footage of them. Might not be totally clear, but that's where they tend to hide out. Yeah, ducks are all hiding over the back there. I'll zoom in, but it will go very grainy, but yeah, that's where they always hang out, right up in there underneath all the tree ferns. Spend their day there, and then in the evening they'll all run back up to the pen where it's safe for the night. I find it absolutely amazing how this ice forms. As it freezes, it pushes itself up out of the dirt and you get these big long strands like hair growing out of the dirt. It's just incredible. These two little black chicks that we hatched are still doing really well, growing nice and big. So there's a couple of chickens down here that Cody and Grace have. So let me introduce you to the mum and the dad. So that big fella there, he's the dad of these little black chickens. Call him Wedgie. And the grey one on the left, the light grey one on the left that's running away over there with a little fluffy top head. She's in the lead now. She's the mum. So she's the biggest hen down here as well. Yeah. So that's the mum and the dad. Well, it's been another below zero morning, a very frosty morning, and the second morning in a row where the pipes have frozen up and we couldn't get any water. So yesterday we went down to Kmart, bought some pool noodles. This is going to be the solution. So these have a hole through the middle, which is great because you can just slice one side and then you can fit them over the pipes. One of the main areas that froze up on the first day was these brass connectors, because the brass gets so cold. But these thinner pipes do freeze up. We've also got that pipe that comes through, because the pump's inside tanks here. Water comes through up into the laundry where the water pump is, and then comes out here and into the house. So I'm going to get all of these lines covered with this. And it should hopefully just give it that little bit extra insulation so that the water doesn't actually freeze. That's going to be my task for this morning. See how they open up like that? And it's as simple as that. Now that's hopefully insulated enough. So I'm going to keep going with these. Shouldn't take me too long to get them all covered up. Okay, so all these pipes are now all done under the house, around here, coming out of the laundry, and even coming out of the tank into the laundry. That's all done. So I'll also put some of this on the pipes that are in the laundry, even though inside it shouldn't be as affected by the temperatures. Still gets cold, but yeah, it shouldn't hopefully freeze. But I'll get some on there anyway, because I've got a little bit left over. And that's this job done. We'll see how that goes tomorrow morning if we get another frosty morning. Hopefully the water flows freely. Now, one last thing before I wrap up today's video. I just want to have a quick chat about something that the government has thrown at us recently down here. When I say us, I'm talking about all the residents in northwest Tasmania. So there's been the establishment of something called the REZ, Renewable Energy Zone. The government is planning to allow up to 3,000 huge wind turbines to be scattered right across this area, which, let me tell you, none of the community is very impressed with at all. There is something you can do to help us with this though. So this is the Renewable Energy Zone's website. What you need to do on this, and I will put a link to this down below, is scroll down to make a submission. You click on make a submission, and then you scroll down on this page and you will find the map. So this is the area, if I just zoom in a little, that is the renewable energy zone. As you can see, there are a lot of pins on here already, 148. So we need a lot more pins, but what we do need is for people to upvote these. So you can click on any pin. You can read about why the person is saying that there should not be a wind turbine or a wind farm there. And then, do you support this submission? Just click on upvote. And you'll see that that has now changed to 4 votes. We need as many votes as possible on all of these. You can just click on another one and you can upvote that. And you can click on another one and you can upvote that. So I've just done 3 in a matter of seconds. I'd like to see as many people as possible get onto this site and upvote as many of these pins as they possibly can. So our area is right in here. This is where we live, just in here, just inside the zone. So where are they going to go? We don't really know. There is already proposals for 2 wind farms, I believe, out along this corridor, but we don't know where the 3rd farm is going to go. So we need everyone's help to fight this. We do not want the wind turbines in this area. Look at how much agricultural land there is all up through here. And if it's not agricultural, then obviously it's significant to wildlife. But a good chunk of this is all agricultural land. And it's been proven that these wind turbines do contaminate the land, the agricultural land. They shed, just natural weathering, they shed a lot of particles. Now, God forbid if one catches fire or breaks, which they tend to do quite a lot, they put even more contaminants through that soil. This is a food bowl. We do not need them here. We do not want them here. Tasmania is already 100% self-sufficient on renewables. Now, our energy minister wants us to go to 200%, and all of this electricity is going to come straight down through Haybridge here. And guess what? It's going to end up being taken straight over to the mainland.
If the mainland need extra electricity, the mainland needs to put up some turbines over there or come up with another solution. We do not need it here in Tasmania. So please throw your support behind this. Jump onto this website, upvote all of these pins. Let's get united against it and let's get this stopped.
Well, that's it for this episode. Again, I hope you can help us out by going to that website and throwing a bit of support behind this not happening. So, from a very chilly Tassie, thanks very much for watching. You have yourself a great weekend and a great week. Stay safe, take care. I'll see you guys next Friday. Cheers.